Hi, welcome to my biology class. Today let's go with the phylum Annelida. Annulus means ring. The body has got a ring-like structure. That is the speciality of this phylum. And some other very important features of this phylum is eucoelomic animals, first time in evolution, and then closed blood vascular system, and then double ventral nerve cord. So these are all the very specific and very special functions, and then very well developed modified organ systems. With this note, we'll just start from the beginning. Habitat. Okay, so let's go with habitat. They are terrestrial, they are aquatic, they are burrowing, and they are free living, and also they are parasites, all types. Parasites, leech is ectoparasite, and they suck blood. They've got a succus. See, here there is an anterior sucker and posterior sucker, and with the help of the sucker they just suck the blood and they live. Blood is their basic food. Because of that, some system also varies in. Let's see. And here habit, they are true segmented animal, metamerically segmented. You know what metamerism means? Inner and outer coordination, and that is metameric. They are bilateral. You can cut into two equal halves in one plane. And triploblastic, they've got ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Eucoelom, I said the true coelom has formed because the digestive tract starts from mouth to anus, and the body cavity is out. In between these two tubes there is a coelomic fluid runs. So tube within tube plan from here, well developed plan from Annelida. And the coelomic fluid, as I said, the coelom is well developed and it is filled with the coelomic fluid, and this coelomic fluid transport content from one part to another part, and also this is giving them an hydroskeleton, a very good shape, and this kind of a pressure, it moves here and there also, so they also are part of a movement. And locomotion, muscular locomotion, the body has got a circular and longitudinal muscles, so they just move with the help of muscle, and apart from that they've got appendages like setae and parapodia. Setae is very small. See, it is not a joint kind of an appendage like the next category you will have. Here, see, for example, this is an earthworm segment. There is a small structure elevated, and this is coming from the ventral side of the body, like this is setae. And here the same thing, but it is somewhat protruded well out, and this is parapodia. And this swims sometimes. This is burrowing like under the soil, but as this goes for swimming often, and this somewhat well developed appendages. And they've got this cerri, an anal region, and near the mouth region for swimming too. But when you talk about the leech, there is no setae nor there is a parapodia. Only with the muscles they just crawl. When you talk about their body wall, as I said, it is non-cellular cuticle. So the cuticle somewhat thick. It is non-cellular. It is shredded off portion from the body wall, and it is just coming out. So it is non-cellular, but it is very protective. And they've got a longitudinal and circular muscles. The good muscle is seen in this category of animals. And digestion is complete. It is eucoelom, so tube within tube, so mouth with anus, and apart from this gut region well developed, they've got a digestive gland. First time digestive gland, in the sense not very well developed but digestive glands have appeared, like pharyngeal region, pharyngeal glands, and some intestinal cells secrete some extra fluid to make a complex food into simple food. So these are all an advancement in their digestive tract. When you talk about their respiration, they respire with the help of skin. The previous category of animal like Platyhelminthes or Aschelminthes, Coelenterata and all, the diffusion takes place. Just they diffuse the oxygen and carbon dioxide in and out. Like this happens happens, but there is no very special developed structure like. But here, this animal, the Nereis, has got a gills because this animal lives on the shore side, and it often get into the water and then they just back. So for while they move into the water, they respire with the help of gills. When they come also, because on the shore side, the gills are the first term, that is first time the term gills for capturing the oxygen. This is an evolutionary significance. And when you come down to the circulation, yes, circulation is very well developed system here. It's like closed blood vascular system. Closed blood vascular means the system has got a blood vessels to carry the blood. So here it is present. So this is the non-chordate invertebrate animal, but they've got a blood vessels. It is a very significant feature, number one. Number two, they've got a heart. It is not a heart like how we have got the upper chambers and lower. It's not like that. The blood vessels are slightly elevated, like this. It is slightly elevated like this. So this is called aortic arches or pulsatile heart, and this pumps the blood to the blood vessels, and then that runs throughout the body. So closed blood vascular system. All the category under phylum Annelida has got a closed blood vascular system with red color blood. Red color blood in the sense it's not RBC, red blood corpuscles. It is erythrocrurin. The hemoglobin is mixed with this, and the red color thing is there. And there is no other, but they've got a white color, white blood, like amoeboid blood corpuscles are present for a defense. Other than that, nothing is there. But in case of hirudinaria, they release anticoagulant, that is hirudin, because they are the blood suckers. So they just release hirudin, and then continuously they will be sucking the blood. To prevent the coagulation, they release hirudin, number one. Number two, they don't have a special circulatory system as such. The circulatory system clubbed with the coelomic system, it is called hemocoelomic system, like it is called hemocoelomic system here. And this system is something special, like hemoglobin mixes with the coelomic fluid and then runs via the blood vessels. It's something different because of their food nature. They consume only blood. And when you talk about an excretion, again there is a developed nephridia when compared to the previous category. In Platyhelminthes we have seen flame cells, but here it is advanced because the nephridia is releasing the content via nephrostome, and this nephrostome release the matter outside the body, exterior of the body. The body walls are continuously releasing, and it is advancement. And they also see the animals started moving towards the terrestrial. So maintaining their body water balance is very important. So osma regulation is also been done with the help of nephridia. And most of the animal, they release ammonia, ammonotelic. The one which lives in terrestrial, absolutely terrestrial forms are releasing urea too. And nervous system again well developed. It is like a double solid ventral nerve cord. It is not on dorsal. In chordate it moves to dorsal, and here double ventral nerve cord. Double in the sense it will be like the ganglions are like this, and it is connected like. So the ganglions are there, especially the ganglion which is very close to the top region will be bigger, considered to be a brain in future. Future it would have turned to be a brain. So the big ganglion on the top, and that is the very good feature of this double ventral nerve cord, runs throughout. And future, as I said, it is going to become a brain. So for that there is one specificity with this Nereis. It is developed first segment. The first segment is peristomium, and the first segment has got a hood like covering, that is called prostomium. And prostomium region and this peristomium regions have got a palp, and then there is a tentacles, and then cirri for other things to sense things. And also here the prostomium has got eyes, and this eyes on the dorsal side, and all this are a kind of a head like appearance with all the clusters and appendages and sense organs. So here you can say this is the cephalization. Cephalum is developed. So the head kind of a thing has come in Nereis. So that makes that in future there is a head, and then when the brain is going to form in the head like. So this is one important feature of Nereis. When you talk about the reproduction, there is no asexual, nothing like, but there is pure sexual reproduction. In that also, few are hermaphrodites and few are unisexual. And unisexual is seen in Nereis, and hermaphrodite. Earthworm is a hermaphrodite, bisexual, and leech is also a bisexual. And the fertilization carried out. After that, they either they have a larva form or sometimes they directly develop. Earthworm forms direct worms, small worms. And in case of a Nereis, they form a trochophore larva. So the larva stage is also seen. Apart from all this, Annelida, there is a regeneration capacity that is also there in Annelida. So when you talk about Annelida, the very special features are the, when as I mentioned, annulus and double ventral nerve cord and closed blood vascular system and euthylomic animus. These 4 points are very important. So that's all about this. If you have any doubt on this, put it in the comment section. We'll discuss further. Thank you. Please subscribe and share.